Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is about how strict dieting can lead to hypoglycemia. Now most of us are trying to lose weight. Now in an attempt to lose weight, if it is not done correctly, did you know there are so many risks associated with it? One of the most common risks which is associated with any kind of strict dieting or restrictive diets is hypoglycemia. Now hypoglycemia is a condition wherein your blood sugar levels drop too low. So now whenever you eat food, what happens is that this food is broken down into its simplest form, and that is glucose. Now glucose is the primary source of energy to your body. So your body and your brain cannot function properly without sufficient glucose. When you start a weight loss diet, the first thing that you do is to restrict your food intake. Now what happens in such scenarios? Did you know strict dieting can lead to a condition called as hypoglycemia? So in today's video, we are going to see what is hypoglycemia, what are the symptoms, so that you will come to know that you are actually in this condition. What are the reasons, or why does strict dieting cause hypoglycemia? Who is at risk? And also we will learn how to avoid hypoglycemia while you are on a diet. So first and foremost, whenever we start a weight loss program or we start to go on a diet and all, the first thing that we do is that we restrict our food intake. So we start eating very less, we are exercising more. So what is exactly hypoglycemia? Now hypoglycemia is a condition wherein your blood sugar levels drop very low. Typically it is whenever your blood sugar levels go below 70 milligrams per deciliter. So what are the symptoms of hypoglycemia? There are many symptoms, but you may not be aware that these are actually symptoms of hypoglycemia. The first and the most important symptom is hunger or hunger pangs. Now this is actually the body is signaling to you, it is trying to tell you that it is in a hypoglycemic state and you need to eat something. Other symptoms include like shakiness, there will be difficulty in concentrating, there will be sweating, rapid heartbeat, you will find it difficult to concentrate on things, brain fog, fatigue, weakness. Also you will find that you are getting more irritable and there are mood swings. Now the problem that happens is that most of us will not be even aware that we are in a hypoglycemic state, and this may happen even if you are not purposefully going on some weight loss diet. This may even happen otherwise, whenever you are not eating properly or you are skipping your meals. So let us see some of the reasons that why can we go into a hypoglycemic state. So when you go on some extremely restrictive diet, wherein the first thing that you do is that you cut down your calorie intake. So what you do is that you reduce your carbohydrate consumption. Now remember that carbohydrate is the primary source of energy for the body. This means that it is easier for the body to get energy from carbohydrates. So the first reason is insufficient carbohydrate intake. So if you go on a very low carb diet, what will happen is it will start depleting your glucose stores. It will start, bringing your energy levels down, and it will lead to ultimately hypoglycemia. So when you are on a diet, ensure that you are on you're having sufficient carbs in the diet. Second reason is skipping meals. Now, most of the people I see is that when they start their weight loss journey, what they usually do is that they skip the breakfast. So breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it kickstarts your metabolism. It starts to slowly raise all the parameters inside your body. So when you skip your breakfast, you are leaving your body without a fresh supply of glucose. As a result, you may find that early in the morning or by mid-afternoon till you have your first meal, your energy levels are low, you are fatigued, you are feeling weakness. Now if there is no energy, there is no glucose in the body, where from the body will get energy to perform the daily tasks. The third reason is prolonged fasting. Now whenever you fast for long periods, so ideally whenever you fast, you shouldn't be doing much of activity. Fasting is kind of, you're giving a rest to your body, you're giving rest to all the systems inside your body. But if you are, going to go doing your day-to-day activities, you're going to work, you're going to do all the other household activities, and parallelly you're going to also fast, what happens in this process is there's no energy supply to the body, and this will leave you drained and put you into a state of hypoglycemia. The fourth reason is over-exercising. Now, when you start a diet, obviously you're going to start some sort of exercise. So what happens in this full process is that you are lowering down your food intake, you're increasing your exercise. So if you're not going to have sufficient food to support your workouts, your muscles will be fatigued, you will feel drained. This is because your muscles and your brain demand a lot of glucose when you are exercising. The fifth reason is inadequate glycogen stores. Now glycogen is a form of stored glucose. Now it is stored inside your liver and your muscles. Now basically what happens is that whenever there is no food available, the body uses these stores so that it helps you to keep going. Now when you are cutting down drastically on your food intake, these reserves are not getting replenished. So when you use up these glycogen stores, the next time you eat food, the body replaces all that. So if you're not going to eat sufficient food, these reserves are not getting replenished. So what happens is when your body demands for that energy when needed, they are not available. Your stores are empty. So this also puts you to a risk of hypoglycemia. So who is at risk? Number one, people who are at risk are who are doing a very strict diet, especially those people who are on a low carb diet. Also people who are having diabetes, who are on insulin, or they are taking other medications are also at a risk of hypoglycemic symptoms. So if you are having diabetes, you have to be extra careful when you go on some kind of weight loss or a diet program, etc. So what should you do if you suspect that you have hypoglycemia? Now I have already told you the symptoms, you start feeling shaky, you may even feel that you might faint. So what do you do in such a scenario? Or you're feeling a bit dizzy. These are some of the symptoms of hypoglycemia. So first and foremost is that you should either eat or drink something which will give you instant energy. So you can have, simplest would be to have glucon D, or even if you put a teaspoon of sugar and in water, and you can drink that also, because that will instantly give you energy. Or you could have some sort of fruit juice also. Now second is, do not move around much, settle down in one place. The risk with hypoglycemia is that you may also faint. That is because your energy levels have dropped so dangerously low that it may lead to a blackout. So settle down in one place and till you feel that you are stable, do not move around. See that someone is there along with you, as there is a risk of fainting and you can even have a fall. So let us now see how to avoid hypoglycemia while you are on a diet or you are on a weight loss program. Number one is to eat balanced meals. Ensure that you are consuming enough carbohydrates, proteins, healthy fats in the diet. Do not cut down entire food groups, like no carb, no protein kind of a diet, unless you have any certain reason, medical conditions wherein you are advised to follow a certain diet. So if you are a perfectly normal person just wanting to lose weight, then ideally you should include all the food groups. You should include carbs, you should include proteins, and also some amount of healthy fats in the diet. Second is, do not skip your meals. Now most of us, maybe we believe that skipping breakfast will help us to lose weight faster, or we don't have time, so we prefer to have directly somewhere in the mid morning. So avoid doing it. Now when you eat at regular intervals, what happens is your blood sugar remains stable because you're giving a steady supply of glucose. Eating at regular intervals does not mean that you eat continuously. What it basically means here is you have your three main meals, that is your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you have some mid meal which helps you to keep your blood sugar stable. So if you're having a breakfast, between breakfast and lunch, maybe you could have a fruit or some kind of a snack which will not cause your blood sugar level to drop too low by the time you have your lunch. The third point is to have complex carbs in the diet, or choose complex carbs. Now what are complex carbs? Complex carbs are those in which the fiber is intact, wherein examples are like whole grains, vegetables, fruits, legumes. So what happens is when you have food which has fiber in it, it slowly releases energy or glucose into the bloodstream. On the contrary, when you have simple carbohydrates, for example, you have any maida or maida products, refined flour products, it instantly is broken down by the body. It gives you a sharp shoot in your sugar. Your sugar levels rise up very suddenly, and they go down also suddenly. So if you have such wherein there is a lot of fiber in the diet, it will steadily release sugar in the blood. Number 4 is monitor your symptoms. Now while you're on a diet, keep a check on yourself always. If you're feeling shaky, lightheaded, or you're getting severe hunger pangs, these are symptoms that maybe hypoglycemia is setting in. This means somewhere now your blood sugar level has started to drop. So by now you must have understood that if you do not diet properly, you do not follow a proper holistic approach, how a weight loss program can have potential risk. So it is always better to adopt the right approach. Your diet should be balanced and it should meet all your nutritional requirements. If you're mindful about your carbohydrate intake, your meal timings, your overall caloric consumption, this will help you to achieve a weight loss without risking yourself into hypoglycemia. So that's all for today. I hope today's video must have given you some insight, how important it is to go on a proper diet. It's always better if you go under the guidance of a coach to avoid any long-term health risks. If you like the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Until the next video, take good care of yourself. Stay fit, stay motivated. Bye-bye.